Hey guys, welcome back to Comic Talk. Today, we're going to be talking about a theory that I have that I watched season 4 of Stranger Things. I'm like, okay, so I made this video after watching episode 3, and man, oh man, it's culminating every episode I watched. So then I deleted it. I was like, oh, there's more evidence coming. So I watched the entire season of season 4, and I have a theory. My theory is Stranger Things, especially season 4, especially Vecna, is actually a parallel universe to Stephen King's It. Now, before you say, what? That is the craziest thing you ever said on this channel. I have evidence. I have 11 points of evidence that point to that this is a parallel universe to Stephen King's movie franchise, It, Pennywise, It. First line of evidence I have is, you know when the kids go to that house, Victor Creel's house, basically, and then, okay, if you haven't watched Stranger Things or It, especially if you haven't seen Stranger Things, go watch it. Spoiler ahead for the season 4. So if you haven't watched any Stranger Things, go watch it. Netflix, go watch it. But spoilers ahead. And if you haven't seen it, go watch it. All right. So first line of evidence. We got that out of the way. First line of evidence. You know, Victor Creel's house. When they go to Victor Creel's house, I'll be putting pictures on the video, so don't worry. Victor Creel's house right here, and then Pennywise's house like right here. Same creepy house. I'm like, what? This is like the same creepy house. Okay, and I got this little video that like prompted me to make this video. Here's a little clip. I'll probably put it right here, and I'll edit it in. So,
through. Oh, and how's he getting through now? And why now? Oh, and why then? Just pops out in the 50s, kills one family, and is like, I'm good. And poof, he just disappears, just gone. Only to return 30 years later and start killing some random teens? No, I don't buy it.
Okay. I edited it in. So, it's, but yeah, this is what, like, when he says that, the monster, doesn't get kids and then strikes 30 years apart, basically. And who else strikes 30 years apart? Pennywise, the dancing clown. Come on. Who else strikes and just eats kids 30 years apart? I know he just doesn't eat kids on this one. I know he did it to his dad, his mom, and all that. So he doesn't eat them, but he basically breaks their bones. And we'll get to that part later. Lives under the town. Where does Vecna live? Where is he spending most of his time? Where did he become, quote unquote, Vecna? He lives under the town, in the Upside Down. Who else lives under the town? Pennywise. Where does he live? In the sewers. Both under the town. Both takes place in the 80s in a small town. Both of these monsters live underneath the town. Like, okay, how much more evidence do you need? I will give you more evidence if you're not convinced yet. Yeah, Pennywise lives in the sewers. Vecna lives in the Upside Down, which is basically underneath or upside down of, basically under Hawkins. And where does Pennywise live? Under Derry. Both small towns, both live under monsters who live under the town. Now, this is one key evidence. Makes people see stuff that aren't really there. Come on. How many times has Pennywise shown up and made you relive your past, make you like relive your fears, basically shows you your greatest fears? What is Vecna doing when we first see him in the season? He's showing people their greatest fears. What are they most afraid of? Showing them a clock that is actually not really there. Pennywise has the ability to show basically to be right next to you and no one else see it. So he can only be seen by you, and he only can be seen by who he wants to be seen by. So Vecna as well, he can only be seen by who he deems he wants to see him. I could just end the video right there, but I have more evidence. If you stick to the end of the video, I have all this evidence. Okay, what else? Lives in a small town, makes people see stuff that aren't there. Killing kids for more power. I mean, okay, if you got this far in the video, viewer discretion is advised. I'm going to be putting up some pictures that may be a little bit disturbing, but this is just to show comparisons. But this is just pictures from Stranger Things. So, and Pennywise and stuff. Like, if you don't want to see it, probably end the video right here. I've shown you enough evidence. But I'm going to be showing some pictures as well, just to compare and stuff like that. But yeah, killing kids for power. This guy is killing kids just to open up portals. Pennywise kills kids to make them float, and he makes them that's basically what his food source is basically kids, and scaring them and killing them. This guy, he doesn't eat them, but Vecna doesn't eat them, but he basically breaks their bones and discards them basically like they're nothing. Pennywise basically eats them like they're not, just a food source. And basically both for just to gain more, powers or to further their goal. These two kids are both in the same universe. I know I know it's an actor playing in both parts. I just thought it would be good evidence right there as well. Okay. Number one. Basically 001. You know how 11 is, her name is 11. This guy's name is 1. Or aka Vecna. And what does he have an obsession with when we see the flashback at basically the end of the season? What does he have an obsession with? With spiders. With spiders. I was like, with spiders, how does, maybe, okay. He has an obsession with spiders. He shows people spiders basically that aren't really there, basically, to other, like, going back to the thing where he's showing people stuff that's not actually there. Spiders. What does Pennywise turn into at the second part? In the book, in the miniseries, in the movie, what does he turn into at the end when he fights the Losers Club at the end of basically the story? A giant spider. Come on. You guys want more evidence? I'll give you more evidence. I have more evidence. Now this, what is Pennywise's favorite line? What does he get off doing with kids? Making them float. If you've watched the miniseries, you've watched the movie, he always brags about making people float. And we didn't really get to see that in the miniseries, but we saw that in this show and in the movie. Look at this. When Beverly's floating and then when she's floating, look. And they have the same look in their eye when Beverly gets the deadlights in her and when she's getting floated as floating. They both make kids float. They're both floating. Come on. Floating? That's like Pennywise's whole thing, making kids float and all that stuff. That's what his main thing is. Making people float. That's what he brags about and all that stuff. You'll float too. You'll float too. Come on. I think I should end the video right here. Oh my God. I think that's enough evidence. What? There's more evidence? All right. I got more evidence. Okay. This scene right here just reminded me of the Deadlights. Not really, nothing to, squalm over. So here's this picture. Basically just reminded me of the Deadlights. In the book, in the series, miniseries, in the movie, and in this show, who has to fight the monster? A ragtag teenagers / kids have to fight the monster. Yes, there is some adults fighting it, and I guess you can argue in the Pennywise, in the It series, they come adults and they fight them again. So I guess kids and adults are fighting them, but mostly the people that we're really focusing on is really the kids fighting the monster and finding a way to defeat the monster. Both in all. No one thinks the monster is real. In Hawkins, no one believes the monster is real. Everybody thinks that the leader of the Hellfire Club killed basically everybody and saying that he's satanic or whatever and all that stuff. But the police, every other adult, all the kids' parents, they believe that the Hellfire Club, maybe they have some ritual or some stuff like that but they don't believe that the monster exists. In Derry, Pennywise basically has a veil over of Derry. So basically when you enter Derry, you feel like just weight on your shoulders and stuff like that. And he basically makes people forget, like, every 27 years that he comes back and kills kids. Like, every 27 years, like, why would I go there? He has just a veil over this town and just mind controls everybody to look away, basically. And no one believes that he exists, except for the kids and except for the people who he wants to know that he exists. Come on. I think at the end, I don't know if it's blood at the end where the Vecna's filling the pool of blood, but if it is blood, I think, again, an iconic scene in the book, in the movie, and in the miniseries, basically with the blood in the sink, squirting Beverly. Basically, so I'm like, and no one sees it except for her. So I think this was just a bow on my theory. But yeah, I think this is all the evidence you guys need. Let me know in the comments section below. What do you guys think? Do you guys agree with me that Pennywise, Stephen King's Pennywise, is a parallel universe to Stranger Things? I think season 4 just signified it and all that stuff. So let me know in the comment sections below. What do you guys think? I laid out all the evidence I had. So again, the creepy house, the 30 years apart, lives under the town, lives in the sewers, Pennywise, makes people see stuff that aren't there, takes place in the 80s in a small town. And you can argue that Pennywise has been doing this for a long time. How long has Vecna been doing it for? How long has, the Upside Down been there for? And we're just focusing on the most popular part of the Stephen King. Like, you can argue, yeah, that Pennywise has been there for eons and eons and eons or whatever, but what we know about Pennywise is from the book and from the movie and the miniseries, which takes place in the 80s. Especially, I think the second part in the book takes place in the 80s, and in the movie, I think it takes, the first part takes place in the 80s. But yeah, and that's the most popular part. The kids, the first part, basically part 1 of the Stephen King stuff, is probably the most popular part in the book, the miniseries, and in the movie. So that's what we're focusing on today. Killing kids for more power. But yeah, like when I showed like the photo of like her floating, it looks exactly like the same when Beverly was floating when she looked inside the deadlights. The same look. And I'll probably show some other pictures right here, maybe from the miniseries, that just looked a little bit similar from this as well. Could have been inspired by it, so who knows? Let me know in the comment section below. What do you guys think? Do you guys agree with me? Do you guys disagree with me? You're saying, this can't be true. Let me know in the comment sections below. And I will be doing a review exclusively on TikTok. So I'll probably, the review will just be on TikTok. Make sure to follow me there at talk.comic. And follow me on Instagram at Talk.comic as well. I'll be doing exclusive content there as well. But back on YouTube. Love you guys, and I will see you guys next week. Let me know in the comment section below. What did you guys think of the video? Like it if you haven't already. And yeah, see you guys next week.